The Halfbrick Show.
Welcome to the Halfbrick Show. Yes, we are still here. And who would have thought that? We're here to ask the important questions like, what does this button do? But we're mainly here to talk to the people who develop your favorite Halfbrick games. I'm Aiden from the customer support team, as always, and I've been loving seeing all the support for the podcast so far. Thank you. And I hope everyone's having a great day. It's always good to be here.
Well, I'm having a great day. So
No, that's good.
cheers for that, Aiden. I'm Fran, the person who looks after Halfbrick social channels, and I'm loving all your comments in our YouTube channel. Hey, if you want a shout out from us on the next episode, just write next Halfbrick Show when in the comments, please.
And what episode is this one going to be? It'll be in the future, at some episode in the future. We'll see those comments.
Yeah, but we'll eventually see them. And I expect you'll be getting a shout out from us. We also have producer Carmen standing by as always in the Carmen control room as our personal audio glam squad.
Hi everyone. Today we have a very exciting episode. So I'm very happy to be here.
We're happy you're here too.
Yay. So everyone's having a great day. That's great.
Yeah, very positive episode.
Yeah, I thought, positive intro. Customer support, you got to bring that mindset. Quick reminder to everyone as well. We have an email. We've shouted out before, but there's an email for suggestions and feedback on this show. If you want to send your thoughts through to theshow@halfbrick.com. Yeah, we always want to add new segments, or if there's something that everyone's keen to see, just let us know and we'll look to add it.
Well, this week we are talking to Josh, who's been working on an exciting project behind the scenes. Also, you may recognize his voice from somewhere. Aiden, can you guess where people may have heard Josh's voice from?
No, I got no clue. Maybe we should listen to whatever the next segment intro is going to be called, and I'll see if it comes back to me.
Who the brick are you?
Right. Well, yeah. That might give you a hint.
Okay, we'll see.
So, Josh, who the brick are you? Apart from the voiceover artist of Who the Brick Are You, Josh? Who the brick are you?
I don't know. Who the brick am I? That's a great question. Hello, I'm Josh. I'm reporting in from the great golden state of California in the United States.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm a gameplay developer here at Halfbrick, and I'm just a guy who really likes making games, which, I could talk about that for who knows how long. If you want me to start getting into the history of that.
Oh, yes.
Maybe
we'd love that.
A podcast time?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, maybe even that. But,
oh my gosh.
So my interest in games, it started way back when, I was a kid, and I was maybe 12, put me in 6th or 7th grade. And
Don't.
What's the matter, Aiden? Huh?
Nothing.
Did I say something wrong?
No, you can.
Yeah, there was this app that I had on my little iPad. It was called Blocks World, and the servers are long since defunct, which made me really sad. But it was basically 3D Scratch. You'd put down blocks and objects, and you'd build stuff with it. And there was a block-based programming language.
Oh, that's cool.
And then from there, it was I had this really really bad compiler on my DSi of all things, where I could write and run basic code, the programming language, and that was kind of my first introduction to an actual programming language. I wasn't very good at it. I think I only got as far as making it you could input something and it would put it in a sentence like Mad style. But yeah, that was kind of kickstarting my interest of programming in general. And when it came to the early high school-ish is when I started actually, getting involved with like the Unity game engine. I had an older classmate who introduced that to me, and yeah, from there I just fell in love. I started making all sorts of silly games, which unfortunately many of them are lost to time. They're sitting on some old
No.
dusty computer hard drive in the school building somewhere. I don't know if I can ever find them again, but
Mm.
there was a lot of silly things I made there.
Part of me really wants to know a bit more about these silly things.
Yeah, about
Have
these
you got
silly
like
games.
a project
yeah,
in mind that you remember that was like
Yeah,
your
like-
magnum opus kind of thing?
my magnum opus. I think there was this game where it was just like a top-down shooter, kind of like Enter the Gungeon type thing. Except I was like super obsessed with like making like each of the weapons like branded like a like a company. So I had like a whole oh my goodness, I had a whole fictional like company setup of all sorts of different corporations that would manufacture these weapons that you would use, and yeah.
Like Borderlands guns almost?
Yeah,
To
sort
a
of.
degree?
Oh,
That's
But
cool.
yeah.
very detailed then.
Yeah.
But believe me, right? It looked okay, but the code underneath, under the hood, oh baby, that was a spaghetti pile and a half, if I do say so myself. Oh my goodness, I think there was like a 2,000 line switch statement in there for like the weapons. It was insane.
Oh, that's probably allowed in high school, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
You know.
but and then from there, just once I got into college, I like joined a club for making games, and I continued on with my passion. And before I knew it, I found myself somehow at Halfbrick, and here I am making games and having a blast of a time.
Great. Well, okay. So you've been playing games for ages, working on games for ages. DSI mentioned is always good,
Yeah.
personally. I got to quickly ask, was that an actual DSiWare software that let you do that scripting? Or?
I don't remember. I can't remember if it like actually was a DSiWare thing, or if like my dad did like a homebrew type thing, because he did that.
Like
he did that kind of stuff a lot. So I don't remember exactly.
Because I only remember the audio editor where you pitched up your voice and pitched it down and just played with audio recordings.
Oh my goodness.
That's the DSi experience.
I uncovered like it wasn't my DSi, it was like my brother's DSi. So unfortunately it didn't have like any of my old stuff on it, but I did discover in the audio recording things a whole bunch of audio recordings of just like me and my brother saying like stupid things.
Stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, it's like I've uncovered an ancient relic here,
Yeah. That's like a lore drop for people who grew up on like playing a DSi, I reckon. And maybe also an old camera where because DSi had the camera, I believe.
Oh yeah. I found
some old grainy photos.
Yeah, grainy photos with like all the filters on top and like all the stickers everywhere. Oh my goodness.
And you've like stretched your family's faces at a Christmas lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're going into the weeds of my backstory here, so we'll come back to you. Favorite game of all time, Josh?
Ooh,
Do you have one? What is it?
That's a tough one, because I have a couple favorite games. And all right, how about I give you top three? All right.
Yeah, please.
All right, I think in no particular order: Super
right.
Mario Galaxy 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, and
Oh,
I think Gmod will take the last one. Do I gotta show my work? Do I gotta justify my answers?
I would say most definitely.
All right, yeah, Super Mario Galaxy 2. It was like that's my childhood game. And 2 specifically just because that was the one I ended up playing first, and plus that's the one that has Yoshi in it.
Best character.
Yeah,
I
and
love Yoshi.
the gameplay and the platforming is just so much fun. For a game that's all about like going topsy-turvy and upside down and all over the place, it has a surprisingly good control scheme. It's actually pretty, intuitive to control despite all of the craziness that's going on. And the music, I love the music so much. It's got a fantastic soundtrack.
It was orchestral, wasn't it?
Yeah,
for
it
that
was.
soundtrack.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm working, I just put that on.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's got a great soundtrack. As for Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't even know if I need to say much about that game. It's got a fantastic story. I love the characters. The scenery is beautiful. Sometimes I just get on there and start galloping around just to admire things. It's a really
Yeah.
gorgeous
Yeah.
game.
Did you start with 2 for Red Dead?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
did
I haven't
with
actually
Mario?
played 1 yet, but it's on my
Oh.
list.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I think they just remastered that, depending on when this podcast comes out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, or
worth
re-released
it
or
then.
something. Yeah.
yeah. I don't think I've played the first one either.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
just
really?
went straight into 2. Yeah.
I've only played the first.
Oh, you've not
Haven't
played
played 2.
2?
Mm.
Not yet. No.
You are missing out on one hell of a gem. It is.
It is fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm right there with Josh. It is incredible. It's beautiful. Story's wonderful. It's just a. It's just. I think something that Josh said there. You could just ride around
Hmm.
Mm.
explore.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's a beautiful world to just kind of like get yourself lost in. It really
Yeah.
does a great job of like immersing you in being this cowboy in the Wild West. It's a great experience.
Mm. Okay. I'll add it to the list of games.
All right.
And
You won't
this list
play.
will expand as the
Aiden.
podcast grows. Yeah.
Aiden's got this thing where I will suggest games for him to play. They end up on a list that doesn't go anywhere.
Oh man, look, Aiden. I'll be honest. I'm right there with you. I have the same thing.
Thank you.
I have a
Thank
wish.
you.
What do you guys
My
like?
my Steam wish list just keeps getting longer and longer of games like, oh yeah, that looks like a good
Are
game.
you
to
in the
play.
hundreds as well of wishlisted Steam games?
I don't know if I'm that far, but I definitely got quite a few in there. It's like it just
Maybe I
keeps
should
going
look out
longer.
myself.
It's like, man, I gotta find some time to actually
Steam
play
sales.
Mhm.
That's the
Steam.
problem.
Yeah,
Steam
every
sales.
Steam sale. I'm like, oh, that game right there. I gotta buy that. I'm gonna play it, and it ends up in the backlog.
Hmm. The common struggle, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad. I feel seen with that. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Aiden.
Well, Steam though, Gmod. How many hours have you got in that one?
Let's
By the way,
see.
before you justify it.
Definitely over 1,000.
Yeah.
I like. It's such. I don't even know if you'd even call it a game because it's a sandbox. It's you just get
Yeah.
in there, jump in with some friends, and just build some stupid things. Oh my goodness, the amount of like dumb, like off the wall, stupid creations I've made with my buddies. It's quite mind-boggling. But yeah, it's a game that just lets you do whatever you want. There's no rules. You just create some stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Specifically, if you have, friends to kind of bounce off of with that.
Yeah.
But I will say, servers, I wouldn't touch those with a 10-foot pole. Oh my goodness, you can.
Oh, like public
Yeah,
ones
public
with other
servers.
players in them.
You can
Yeah.
imagine a game like Gmod that gives you that much freedom attracts certain communities that maybe are less savory to interact with. So just
Oh.
leave them. I'll leave them be for they can do their own thing. I'll do my own thing. If you're gonna play Gmod,
Yeah.
find some friends to play it with. Don't join any public servers. That's my PSA right
no.
there.
Right. No, I've never played it.
Mhm.
I feel like I
Oh.
want to now because
It's
of your
good,
public
yeah.
service announcement.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a Halfbrick play session of it at some time, friend, so that you have. I want to say a safe space because I
Yeah.
think a public server is an unsafe space. Is probably what you.
Well,
It's that
Yeah.
right there is the Wild West.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right. Well, maybe this group here. We can have a little play session then. You can throw me in the deep end and show me the Wild West that is Gmod.
Oh yeah, it's certainly a
Mm.
world. That's for sure.
Well, for the listeners as well, since Josh also has a giant backlog of games, if you want to put any game recommendations that you just want to sound off your favorite game in the comments of this one or wherever you're listening, do that. And maybe we'll add them to our list.
Oh my
if you
goodness, the list is going to
have a
just keep getting
justification.
longer and longer.
Back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
Oh yeah, right,
Uh,
that thing.
This thing that you're here for, Josh. What do you like most about your job here at Halfbrick?
What I like most about my job, honestly, I think the people, the culture here. Everybody that I've interacted with, they're just all really nice. They're all really funny.
Like me and you, Aiden.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't going to say it. Oh, dear.
I was.
Thank you.
But yeah, I feel very welcome here, and especially my team. Shout out to my team members. Justin, Paya, Noah. They're all really funny. They're all hard workers, and they're all great people to interact with. And I'm really glad to be working on this game with them. You know, it's
Yeah.
great fun.
Your team at Halfbrick, for those who listening, we do these little weekly presentations, cycles around, but each team gives little updates. And Josh, your team, they're always fun. I love the little gang of your team and your little updates on the game
Oh
that
yeah,
you're
we like to
you're
get a little
working
silly
on.
sometimes.
Yeah, I think there's just such a good I can't even remember the word, but it's such a good vibe between your group. And since you guys are US,
Yeah,
we're
we're all US. Well, one of us is Canada, but yeah,
Right,
we're all kind of the
It's
same
around that time zone.
area.
Yeah, means I don't really ever get to see it apart from those
Yeah.
times. So
Very
it's a little
unfortunate.
glimpse. Speaking of that, I want to very excitedly ask, what are you working on at the moment?
Yeah. What am I working on? We're making
Yeah.
Raskulls again.
Yes.
Remastering that for the plan is mobile consoles, maybe Steam too. We'll see how
Oh.
it shapes up.
For the wish list?
Yeah, another game to add to the wish list, baby. But yeah, we're currently working on remastering that. So
that is so fun. I don't know about you or Fran or Carmen. I was there when it came out. I wasn't at Halfbrick, but I was peak Rascals demographic at the time. Xbox Live Arcade. I didn't even own one. I went to a friend's house and they had it, and I played it every time I was at the friend's house. And I know it's like, you get people coming to Halfbrick. Like Josh, had you played, had a favorite Halfbrick game before you came to Halfbrick?
I think my favorite one is probably it's split between, I think, Dan the Man
Oh yeah,
and Colossatron. I think those two are my favorite.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Which is crazy that there's so many different experiences, but for me, I hadn't played Colossatron or Dan the Man. Rascals was that one for me. So
Yeah.
I came in
Right.
fanboying, and when I heard you guys are doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta see it. I want to play it at the moment. You know what I mean? I just want to see it all. By the way, let me know when there's playtests or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of
so exciting.
playtests, yeah, I just recently I was hanging out with my cousins, and I had one of my cousins. He's he's like a little kid, and I had him playtest a build on my phone. I handed my phone to him. I did not get my phone back for the next hour and a half. He was locked in. He was having so much fun. So
that's what we like.
it's really exciting to see that. This game is. It is a lot of fun. It's not just me in my head. It's actually a fun game.
No, it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want to see as well. Get that. It's remaster, kind of rebuilt. I don't know if we want to go into the nitty gritty. We probably won't on the podcast completely, but it's changed engines, right?
Yeah. We're migrating it over to the Unity engine.
Yeah. Which is probably a huge task, I'm assuming.
It is quite the task, I will say, because the original code is all in C++. I mean, I can get into the technicals of it.
I mean, go on, share what you want. To be
Yeah,
honest,
the original code it's all in C++, and it's using Halfbrick's old in-house engine, Mortar and.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, translating all of that to the new engine, it is a bit of a task, but I think it's worthwhile because, Unity allows us to export to so many more different platforms, like I was saying, mobile, consoles, Steam, all that. So, yeah, I think it's a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah. And now that we've kind of revealed the game, I wanted to build up to it. That's why I didn't say it straight from the intro.
Yeah.
But now that we've kind of revealed that, I just want to say that is why I also like watching those presentations, because we get to see more about what you guys do on the game every couple of weeks. It looks really good. We know there are a few in the community who are diehard fans of Rascals, and once this one gets in your hands, I think you'll see the passion that your teams put behind it. I think maybe I'm overhyping it. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Have you played the original, Fran, as well?
You know what? I have not played the original, so I'm very excited to actually play this remastered version.
In Australia, there was a game review show called Good Game no longer around. It was on the ABC.
Mhm.
And they actually did a review of Rascals back in the day because that was peak game review show on the TV time. And they were going on about how fun it is to rage at each other through the multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
And I think in a way that kind of lends to like the friend slop genre. Not that we can call this slop by any means,
Yeah.
but current climate, Rascals multiplayer would fit right in, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, I would say multiplayer is, I think, my favorite part about Rascals right now, working on it right now, because when me and my team members, sometimes we just end up just playing it together. And it's so funny when you're like right in front of the finish line and then someone like trolls you with a power up and then zaps the floor out from under you. And you're like, dude, it's
Like one of like the close call endings when like you both get there at the same time, basically.
Yeah.
And then there's like the millisecond difference, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's lots of fun situations like that. So it's definitely a really fun game to play with other people.
Although I have not played it, it sounds exactly the kind of game that I would love because I love that friendly rivalry, and I love taking people out right at the end. So that's the way I roll. All right. Well, appreciate you telling us a little bit about Rascals. Now we've got some exciting
Exciting,
quiz time for you.
Quiz time? Oh man, I didn't study.
Well, it's fine because whatever answer you give us will be right. Well,
All right.
it
It's worth
depends.
80% of your grade.
Well, I say right. It depends who you talk to, I guess, afterwards. Because
Will there at least be a curve, Professor Ryan?
No.
Oh man. All right. I
No.
gotta lock in for this.
Yeah, sorry, man.
basically, this game is where I bring you a prompt and then you bring an answer that you like the most.
Okay.
So it's pretty simple. Yeah, I mean, that's it really. You just dive right in and say the answer you like.
Okay.
Are you ready to play this or that?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Amazing.
All right.
Right. Late night voice. I screwed up. Late night radio voice or action trailer voice?
Late night radio voice.
You did that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A tab you needed closes or a tab you didn't need stays open forever?
I think I'll have to go with a tab you needed closes. I think I can just open it up again. I can't stand having extra tabs open on my thing. It bothers me so much.
Mm.
An NPC that follows you everywhere, or you talk in NPC idle lines?
I think an NPC that follows me everywhere. It'd be nice to have a buddy, and just comes along anywhere I go.
The adoring fan from Oblivion, are we talking?
Yeah, the adoring fan.
Like the adoring fan. Yeah. Who also shows up in Starfield?
Yeah. Starfield's on the
Yeah.
list. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, Hayden.
Sorry.
One sock mysteriously gone or one sock mysteriously added?
Ooh. Oh. Okay. Let's see. We'll go with the sock added. Even if I don't have a matching sock for that one, there's lots of things you can do with a spare sock. Sock puppets.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
For one hand.
Anything else?
That's it.
No,
like-
that's the only thing. That's the only thing you can use a spare sock for. The only thing.
Right, you are. No, I believe you. The way you said that, I'm not gonna stand in your way from this sock puppet. Okay, last one. A duck that shows up in every group photo, or a duck that always sits 2 tables away from you in every restaurant?
Oh boy. We'll go with the duck sitting 2 tables away. I think, that way, anytime I go to eat with friends, it'll be a great conversation.
Yeah.
What's up with that duck over there? It's like, oh yeah, guys, funny story. I think think I can use that to my advantage right there.
That could be
Mm.
like a whole scheme as well. It'd be like, I will bet you $200 or whatever
Uh-huh.
that I
Oh,
will have a
yeah,
duck
I
sit
think
across from me.
I think it could be as well. I mean,
Oh, you're breaking
Did
up a
I
little.
just
I mean-
lag out? I did, didn't I? In this
you
recording.
just say about the duck again, and we
Yeah.
can just move on like nothing happened.
Sorry, Carmen. I was just going to say, and I don't know what came through or where it got cut out. Apologies. I was going to say, you could make a little scheme out of that, right? You could be out with your friends and be like, oh, I bet you guys $200 that there's going to be a duck sitting 2 tables away from us.
That's true. That's true.
You can do it.
You'd be making bank off of that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Sorry, I just
Right.
gotta turn it into a side hustle.
I'm all about side hustles. Trust me. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm in agreement with that. So
Yeah, thanks, Josh. That's this or that. You survived it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'd say passing grade. You can go to the next year level.
That's a relief.
We do.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Now, especially for you and this episode of the podcast, we have an exclusive round. All right? We're calling this one Micro's Questions.
All right.
Micro from the Discord, shout out. Absolute Raskulls fan. I'm not going to dox the username, but it's Raskulls related, and I appreciate that there's a commitment to that. Honestly, obviously you went around 15 years ago when the original game was made. A lot of people at Halfbrick weren't. That's just how it is. 15 years passes. So we've got a couple of questions that Micro has sent through. Just do your best to answer them, and we'll see what info we can squeeze out of you.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. All right. First one. Out of all of the characters of the game, which one's your favorite?
All right. I got 2, which, I know. This guy, he's always got multiple answers for his favorite things. But I got 2. First one, Turncoat. I just think, I really like his design. He looks really cool, but also, like, really adorable and kind of squishable at the same time. I think he really does a great job fulfilling his role as, the goofy villain. And then the second one, Barry Steak Fries.
Yes.
In his model, in the Discord, you might have seen. I have his face as my profile pic. He just looks so goofy. It's hilarious. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I know we don't. Can we get the visual on the screen? Maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, that would be cool. Maybe somewhere. We'll see. See.
Show my Discord profile picture.
We'll put it somewhere.
Because definitely get that out there.
Maybe a little sticker next to your photo on the video for people who watch on YouTube. That'd be great.
Yes, great idea.
I also didn't appreciate Turncoat back in the day. For no reason, I just didn't understand his game. But now I do. So, great list.
Also, the word squishy.
Yeah.
He's a squishy guy.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, talking of Turncoat, has Turncoat ever found a new cheese planet, or is that a myth?
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I tried to call him up to ask him about that. I'm like, hey, Mr. Turncoat, ever since you've been banished from, Raskulls Land, you ever found that other cheese planet you were looking for? And he was really weird, honestly. He was like avoiding the question. He was like, no, still looking for it, laddie. And yeah, it's like, I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion this guy found something and he just doesn't want to tell me. And it misses me a little bit, honestly, but he can do whatever he wants. It's not his boss.
We'll have to get him on the podcast to try and get a real answer out of him there.
For sure.
Okay. This one's I love the questions Micro's brought in, to be honest. We couldn't get them all in, but we'll see. How many bricks does King have, and why does he keep throwing them at Dragon instead of the enemy? Is he stupid?
Well, how many bricks does the king have? Well, it's actually a funny story. There was the reason why the king has so many orange bricks is because he was originally planning to build a sunroom for the castle, and he was going to make it bright orange. And he he ordered a bunch of orange bricks from a construction company, but there was too many orange bricks. He couldn't. It was just way too many and too expensive. So he made a deal. He brokered a deal like, oh, I'll buy half the bricks.
Oh,
And yeah, and so he bought half the bricks. But the problem is the guy he was making the deal with, he was a little bit dull, and so when it came to actually time to like deliver the bricks, the guy took each individual brick, split it in half, and gave him one half and kept the other. And as you can imagine, it's a little harder to build with a brick that's been broken, a half brick sort of. So yeah, so he's just got a whole stockpile of those, and yeah, with nothing to do with them except, well, that second part. Why does he keep throwing them at Dragon? Well, you see, that right there, I admire King Rascal. If you think about it, a lot of kingdoms, when they fall, it's not always due to external forces. A lot of times it's due to internal, strife and all that,
Yeah.
like disagreement. They don't like their king. They get a little rowdy, the mobs. And so, when I inevitably become the world dictator, which I
Yeah.
will, and don't worry, when I do, I'll keep you guys in mind. Yeah,
You
I'll
will
remember
need
you.
good PR and support.
sure.
and the
for sure.
podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But when I do become the world dictator, I want to take a page out of King Rascal's book, and anybody who disagrees with me, throw a brick at their face. I think it's a great way to keep the masses in line, and honestly, it's a fantastic ruling tactic.
Yep.
So yeah, that's why he keeps throwing him at Dragon. And that last part, is he stupid? I mean, come on, cut my man some slack. All right, he's a skeleton. He doesn't have a brain. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Also respect the Batman Arkham subreddit reference. I think that is as well. Thank you, Micro.
Speaking of King, stupid or not, was he always intended to be the main character?
That's an interesting one. That one, I unfortunately don't know the answer to. You probably have to reach out to the original script writers for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Unless you are the original scriptwriter.
I might be.
Yes.
Written on the DSi.
Yeah. Shh.
Yeah.
Quiet. You're ruining my secret.
It was one of those games you created back in
Yeah,
in
actually,
school.
secretly.
Okay. Well, for the new projects, were any new characters considered? Would you put a new character in? A new main character? Would you ever dare?
I would really like to continue making more like worlds for the main campaign. I think that'd be awesome because my only complaint about the main campaign is that it's too short. I just want more. I want more Rascals. So I would, if it were up to me, I would really like to make more campaign and more levels and a new character to go with that world.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think even on the Xbox they had the level packs for multiplayer, right? The kind of DLC.
Yeah, the little DLC packs.
I'm grateful for that. So if you guys somehow got the permission and the time to make 100 new levels, I'll play it. Cool. That's kind of the majority of Micro's questions that we've got for you. Thank you. Now you get to another staple of the Halfbrick Show. This is guess the community comments, right? So
Okay.
across socials, YouTube, every other social platform. I don't know why I got to list them every time because I forget. Everywhere that friends are across, we get comments, right? And they're interesting ones, Friends got a lot of knowledge of what people say in the comments. So we've picked one, just one for you, and you need to tell us once I read it out whether this comment is real or if it was made up by Fran, Carmen, or myself.
Okay.
All right. So the comment is, quote, "How can I make this about Raskulls? Devil emoji." End quote. Is that one real or fake?
That sounds pretty convincing. I mean, it sounds like I know there are a few fans in the Discord, that everything is Rascals to them.
But do remember that I am a professional comment writer.
That's true.
So I could
You
make
be fabricated.
things sound
Yeah.
right.
A
Yeah.
little bit of mimicry going on. All right. My gut says yes. My gut says that's a real one.
Your gut says real? Well, it is. I
Oh,
wish
yeah.
you should have like a drum roll sound effect or something like that.
Mhm.
It's real.
Nice. See, I know my community.
Yep, 100%.
You do. You know them.
That was actually on
You know them very
the
well.
first episode of the podcast, wasn't it, Fran? That was a comment. Do you recall? I think it.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
How can we
Yeah.
make the podcast about Raskulls? Well, you leave a comment like that, and then we talk to Josh, and then we have this episode.
Yep.
Perfect.
Right. It's like they summoned
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all
And here you
coming
are.
together.
So congratulations. Pretty good win streak so far from guests on the show. Not too bad at all.
Do
We
I get a
have-
gold medal? Do I get a prize?
No, unfortunately
Oh,
not.
man.
Sorry.
Man, what am I even here
Too
for?
many people are getting them right. We can't.
You're here for the bands. That's what you're here for. And your adoring fans.
Yeah.
Oh, right, of course.
Like
of
the
course. How could I
NPC one.
forget about them?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
You get bragging rights. Isn't that enough? As a producer, I am giving you official bragging rights. Not everyone has that in the company.
I think I can be content with that. I can be content.
Speaking of adoring fans as well.
Mhm.
Oh, Fran, were you about to say something before I get to the loaded question?
Well, you know, I was about to mention the fact that you do voice
Oh, yeah.
like the
That's pretty good
intro
bragging.
and like
Hmm.
but I'll leave it at that.
You're in
Just a friendly reminder.
just as many episodes as we are. You know, like
Yeah.
so when you think about it.
Yeah.
I'm basically a celebrity at this
Yeah,
point.
that's 100%.
Yeah.
All right. The loaded one. Okay. Josh,
Yes.
I need you to think long and hard
Uh-huh.
and tell us where Dan the Man 2 is.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I stole it. It's currently sitting in my vault,
No.
along next to Half-Life 3.
No.
You know, yeah, when I become a world dictator, maybe when I'm feeling, especially generous, I might let them out of the vault at that point. But we'll see when we get there.
Okay. Okay. I guess we can wait till then.
But I'll keep your pleas in mind.
Thank you.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
They don't go unheard.
Have you seen the comments?
Have I seen the comments?
Yeah. On any video?
on anything.
Ever?
Anything? Any comments at all?
Yeah.
No.
It's a frequently asked question. In fact, it should be in our support help center.
Really?
Probably.
Maybe
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Mm.
Yeah, probably.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Probably
Oh,
suddenly.
maybe we could use Josh's answer to answer the
Like,
frequently asked
yeah.
question.
Picture of Josh and it says, "Please vote for this man," and then you will see.
Yeah.
And the man
Yep.
too.
Trust me, when the time comes, it's going to be like one of my main campaigning things.
Oh.
Oh,
Like,
great.
Oh yeah.
You would get
Mhm.
You would get voted
I think
in.
you
Yeah,
would,
I know
actually.
exactly. Like, yeah. Vote Josh in. World Tyrant. Dan the Man 2 might come out.
Well, that's the gauntlet. You've survived, Josh. You've survived the whole gauntlet of
Ooh.
questions. Congrats. Still no prize,
Yeah.
but congrats.
All right.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Cheers for just being here, and cheers for saying coming up next time and all those things.
Well,
we appreciate
yes.
you.
I'm glad you guys have found a use for my voice.
Mm.
But yeah. And
Oh no, we genuinely appreciate you being
That
here.
voice has a person attached to it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are making me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
No, that's the
Aw.
microphone setting for your voice. Not
Oh yeah. But yeah, thank you, you guys as well. For having me on. It's been a lot of fun, just chatting about random things and having a chance to, talk about whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's been great, Josh. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it might be a while before you see what Josh has been working on, but keep an eye out on Halfbrick Plus to see heaps of other classic games and new ones still to come.
And maybe Dan the Man too, if you vote me in.
Ah!
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, there.
Whoa. We'll see. I don't make that call in any capacity. I'm not. Just the Halfbrick show is not making any official statements on Dan the Man. Let me just legally disclaim that for the listeners.
No, we just ask where is it, and that's as far as we go.
And should
Well,
we
you
ever
already
have
know,
any
you already
news?
know where it is. Like I said, in my vault.
The day that there is official news or he's let out of Josh's vault, we'll make sure to scream, "This is official. This is official."
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll be like having the biggest podcast.
Oh yeah, 2-hour long episode. We'll
Ever.
get Dan the Man on it.
Yeah.
I mean, the sound
Yeah.
effects might be a bit hard to decipher without the subtitles, but you know. Oh no, not even for Dan. We'll have to get Josie or something like that because it's Dan doesn't. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Somehow Dan will be on the podcast. No. Yes, but anyway, thank you for joining us, Josh.
Of
Much
course.
appreciated.
Thank you guys for having me.
I'm gonna say that this has been a really fun episode. I know we've already said it multiple times, but it's been really good. And to the listeners,
It has been.
as always, we hope it's been an episode that you can look back on with nostalgia. Thank you, everyone else, for joining us, and we'll see you for next week's episode of the Halfbrick Show. Thank you. Sorry, Carmen, I forgot to tell you I put a line in there for you, and I was like, is Carmen going to say it? And I was like, I'll skip.
No,
Quick, say something now.
sorry. Where is it?
Oh, sorry, I'll where my mouse is, but you're good. It's fine.
Oh yes.
I should have
Well,
pulled it out.
Thank you. No, it's okay. I can just edit it in. Thank you for joining us, Josh. It was very exciting to finally hear you say anything more than the intro lines that I hear in my head all the time. So yeah, lovely to get to know you.
Coming up next time on the Halfbrick Show.
There's no sneak peek for next week, but we hope you'll give us a follow on your platform of choice to be notified when the next episode drops. That way you can see what we have in store. Thanks for listening.